What's up YouTube, Webberz05 here, coming at you today with Q&A number 35. So today I have 6 questions from my good friend DarkPrecision84. Thank you so much, my friend. And without further ado guys, let's get into these questions. Question 1. I'm going to ask one of the questions you asked for my Q&A. Arc 5 Dual Academy invades our world. Your deck to fight back is the last deck you used. What are you using against Ancient Gear and odds of not getting turned into a card? My odds of getting turned into a card unfortunately are extremely high. I would probably lose straight up, and so if that was the case then I'd really hope that someone is willing to take an intrusion penalty to help me. Otherwise it was very much nice knowing you. The last deck I used, either online or in life at the moment, was actually my Highlander Cyberdark, which by default is an extremely inconsistent deck, so I wouldn't stand a chance. So yeah, really would be relying heavily on somebody just taking an intrusion penalty to assist me. Question 2. Do you miss playing Rune Eyes Pendulum Dragon and Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon, assuming you used to play it in a deck? Rune Eyes, not so much. He was like extremely situational. Like, don't get me wrong, he's a great way to clear monsters off the field through attacks. But that's my primary issue. But my main issues with it is that his multi-attacking effect only works on monsters, which isn't as great if your opponent doesn't have that many. And his other effect is if he's fusion summoned using a pendulum summon monster, he's unaffected by effects for that turn. I mean, that's decent, but that's only for one turn. But again, that's only for one turn. If it was like permanently, that would be a lot better. That being said, one of my favourite moments I've done with Rune Eyes was on the old dueling network. I had a match against Raid Raptors. They dropped Revolution Falcon against me. I'm like, okay, this is going to be difficult to deal. This is going to be kind of difficult. Oh wait, I've got the card. Cool. Pendulum Summon out, Odd Eyes and a Spellcaster. Activated Fusion Substitute made Rune Eyes. Battle phase, declare attack into the Ultimate Falcon. Revolution Falcon. Revolution Falcon tries to drop my points to 0 because I'm special summoned. Unaffected because I used somebody using a pendulum summon monsters. It was one of the few times I was able to smack over a Revolution Falcon, which made me quite happy. As for Beast Eyes, since it took a ridiculously long time for Beast Eyes to get imported into the TCG, I never actually played it in real life in the TCG deck, because by the time Beast Eyes was released, there were no good beast monsters. There was like no good beast monsters to be played in the Odd Eyes deck, so it wasn't really that. So I never really got to use it in life, which is kind of upsetting. However, also going back into dueling network before it changed up, I did used to play a Beast Eyes Pendulum Dragon FTK Turbo deck, which relied very heavily on using the Nordic cards, specifically Jormungand and Fenrir. Basically the idea of that is use the trap to search them into your hand, polymerization using Jormungand, which is a dark dragon, and then Fenrir, which is a beast, make Beast Eyes. Activate Dragon's Mirror, banish the materials, do it again. Once your opponent's got 2 monsters, battle phase, smack over one, effect bone your opponent for 4k, smack over the other one, effect bone your opponent for 4k. So yeah, that was basically the idea of what I did with Beast Eyes back in the day, which was a lot of fun. Until people started rage quitting against me because it was kind of a degenerate thing to do. Which is fair enough, but I was just trying to up my rank a bit. 3. I liked the idea of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon having fusion upgrades, Rune Eyes, Beast Eyes, and Brave Eyes. Do you think we'll get more? I think it would be interesting if we got a bit more. Naturally, when with the Odd Eyes archetype and getting fusion monsters, it does seem to be based around stuff within its archetype, so naturally the Rune Eyes, that was with spellcasters from combining with magicians, Beast and Brave Eyes combining with Beast and Warriors respectively from the Performer Pal side, so they could probably do some stuff. They could probably do some stuff with other types within the archetype, or also another thing they could do is just maybe like like they do it with the Dimensional Dragons of doing like a dragon upgrade of it. So that could be interesting to see, seeing what they come up with that. And I also recall back in the day I used to brainstorm ideas of different monster ideas. I think I came up with 2 for fusing with different types. I came up with tornado eyes if it fused with a winged beast, and I came up with swamp eyes by fusing with an aqua. I don't remember what I made them do, but I kind of enjoyed doing so. So yeah, maybe at some point we will, but frankly, considering what Konami's like with pendulums and how they don't really seem to like them very much right now, I kind of doubt that's going to happen, but who knows? We'll see. 4. What's your favourite duel from Arc 5? Ooh, that's a tough one. There are a lot of good duels in Arc 5 that I've enjoyed over the years. I will. I don't think I could narrow it down to just one. I could probably do a favorite duel from each arc, from each season within Arc 5. So from the original part of the series, I think probably my favorite duel from that would be Yuya when he faces Gong and he gets Beast Eyes for the first time. Out of the blue when they start their duel up, Gong does a synchro summon that totally blew everyone's mind for it, and I was like, whoa, this is insane, I can't wait to see what this thing does. Then the follow-up episode, he gets Trump Witch to do his own to be able to upgrade his own fusion monsters, and they naturally brought in Beast Eyes, which is one of the main reasons I really liked it, so yeah. That was probably one of my favourite duels from the original series. Oh no, not the original series, like the first season of the show. Second season when they're going into the... let me think. Second season when it's like the Junior Youth Championship / Battle Royale. Or was that still technically within the first season? I don't really remember. I'm classifying that as a separate one. My favourite one from that... My favourite one from that would probably have to... So from just the Junior Youth Championship, that would probably be the end, kind of the bridge between that arc and the following arc, which was Declan versus Yuya, and the collision of just seeing all like their best monsters of what they've come up with up to this point since Pendulum became acquired. So I got to see both of Yuya's fusions, both of his XYZ monsters, a huge clash out, which was really interesting. And the following season, when they go into following on from that into the synchro, when they went into the synchro dimension, I think my favorite duel within the synchro dimension was probably actually Dennis versus Shay, when Dennis reveals his true colors as a dual academy spy, and Shay with like no cards available, top decks his Miracle Draw and drops Satellite Cannon Falcon and then absolutely destroys him, which was absolutely glorious to watch. Can't lie. Then following on from there, I did quite like the clash between Yuya and Crow, seeing when they brought the Supreme Wing equip spell that they gave for Odd-Eyes Rebellion Dragon was absolutely insane. I would love them to bust that into an actual card. It would be a relatively broken card, but I still think it would be quite interesting. And then Crow fighting back with Chidori the Rain Sprinkling was quite interesting as well. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. I thought that. And then probably into the final bits of this, the series, I didn't quite enjoy the 5 versus 1 duel of Yuri against the Yusho Academy students, where it's basically each character using a fusion monster based off a previous GX protagonist. So that was a nice bit of nostalgia in there. So I enjoyed that, despite the fact they all got completely annihilated by Starving Venom. Question 5. Not that this is likely to happen, but what if we got a fusion of Dark Magician and Endymion? I know they technically fuse into the Dark Magicians, but I'm thinking more of something that specifically lists them as materials. I think that could be very interesting. Naturally, as you said, they do have the Dark Magicians, which classifies as which can be done, and there's that custom I came up with. But can't say too much about that. You guys will see in due time. But in terms of what it would actually do, I wouldn't really know what it would do straight off the bat, but if you were to say give me a couple of days or a couple of hours, depending on what I'm doing after this, I could probably crack out a pretty good idea of what a fusion between them would look like. But this has definitely intrigued me. I will definitely give that a shot at some point later. And question 6. We've seen you play Evil Heroes and Neospatians. Have you considered playing Elemental Heroes, Destiny Heroes before DPE came out, and Vision Heroes? No, I haven't really considered playing any of those. Just on the main reasons that Vision Heroes, I don't really like their mechanic of being treated as continuous traps. They're kind of complicated for me to understand. Destiny Heroes they're alright, but frankly, not really my thing. Elemental Heroes, I don't know how I'd want to build my Elemental. I don't know how I'd want to build Elemental Heroes because there's just so many fusions in their archetype now. I don't know which ones I would want to play, how I'd want to balance it out. If I could play with an unlimited extra deck, then yeah, I'd probably give Elemental Heroes a try, like back in the day when things didn't have a limitation. But now that we are limited to 15, that would be really difficult for me to figure out how I'd want to build Elemental Heroes. But I don't know. And on that note, guys, that's all the questions we have today. Thank you very much, my friend. Very amusing as always. And if anyone else has any questions for me, I do these Q&As every Wednesday afternoon UK time or morning, depending on my schedule. Thank you. So get your questions in before then. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.